Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece Chapter 676 review. Now, this chapter, One Piece, very, very interesting on all aspects, okay? Especially three things that caught my attention, alright? Actually, four. The paper that was thrown to Chopper. The apple, which I think is a devil fruit. I'm pretty sure it is. It has that devil fruit structure with like the swirls on it. Smiley, obviously, with the Shino Kuni and his ability. I mean, like, it was crazy. Like, like gas that affects you similar to ash. Like, that really some crazy stuff. And the last thing, which I'll talk about, you know, in like a little bit. So basically, this chapter starts off, and we're seeing, you know, Caesar Clown, and he's talking, you know, all this shit like Shino, like, all this dumb shit, and we're seeing, and basically he's watching Smiley transform or turn into the Shino Kuni because Smiley had just eaten that giant candy, and we're seeing Brook, Zoro, Kinemon, and Sanji run away from Smiley, and what happens here is that there is a zoom in. There is a zoom in on the sled that was being carried by the dragon and that those guys were on. We see the sled and we see a bag of apples, and apparently one of the apples has a devil fruit structure, and that to me was kind of weird. I'm like, why is there a devil fruit in the middle of this bag of apples? I mean, like, it was very, very strange, because it was like, aren't these things like super mega rare? So why is there one randomly chucked into a bag of apples? Did no one notice the swirling texture of this apple and assume, maybe if we eat this shit, we become fucking hammers? You know, like, you know, did they not realize that? But I mean, well then again, you get hopefully good powers, you know, hopefully. But I mean, like, it's kind of weird. But then again, this does imply that since Smiley is moving towards the sled with the apples in it, with the devil fruit inside of it, and if Smiley consumes the cart, then Smiley would have to die, because Smiley is also a devil fruit user. So we all know what happens when two devil fruits are in contact with each other. Then the eater or the consumer of the two fruits will die in a weird fashion. We're not too sure. From what I've heard, they actually explode. So this would actually imply that maybe Smiley is dead, because we see what happens with the poisonous, with the weird gas, gas cloud. Smiley starts to move like muck and shit, you know, like mwah, mwah, mwah. And then of course, like, we see, you know, Caesar Clown. He's like, now come to life by weapon of mass destruction, Shino Kuni. And then all of a sudden we see like a weird rush of gas. But at the same time of the release of the rush of gas, we see the liquid. We see the liquid poison. It kind of like flops, like it kind of like cascades down. So this may imply that either the transformation is complete, or Smiley itself is dead, and the rush of gas is the explosion which occurs from eating two devil fruits. Who knows? But as of right now, it's one of those two things. And then we see this rush of gas, and it's literally flooding the entire island. And then one of the guys who was on that sled, he gets caught in it, and this is pretty fucked up, because we see him and he's running, and all of a sudden he just freeze, and all of a sudden he like freeze frames, you know, like, and like his body turns like literally white. And I was like, what just happened to this dude? Because I was like, yo, he was hauling ass, got caught by the gas, and turned to some white stone statue. And I'm like, yo, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Like, yeah. And he's dead. Oh, yeah, he's dead. Because what happens here is that Caesar Clown, he starts, and like, obviously his henchmen they start hauling ass, literally. And, I mean, as if they weren't already. Like, now they're super hauling ass. And Caesar Clown explains what just occurred. He said that even if the poison works, humans can still move, so they were able to escape. So I needed to figure out a way to keep them still. I created a type of gas that covers the body like ash, infiltrating beneath the skin and paralyzing the whole body instantly. And I was like, so not only are you preventing these guys from moving, but they're also inhaling the poison, and basically it's torture. It's basically a nice, torturous, slow death. That is what he had in mind. And that's pretty fucked up. I mean, instead of instant kill, no. Nice, slow torture while you can't move, while breathing in all this gas. Like, yeah. It's completely, Shido. Like, no. Like, this guy, like him and Hogback, like weird ass dudes, you know, him, Shido, and like Hogback, what? Like, it's so weird. These niggas are so weird in One Piece, but it's still cool though. It's still cool. And basically, after this, we see, well, you know, like we see Luffy and Smoker, and they're all watching, like what the hell's going on. And then this is what caught my attention, number 3. Amongst the people, because we all know that there are these brokers who are watching this shit go down. Well, amongst the people who is watching what's going down, one of the structures looks very, very, very familiar. I was like, yo, hold on. Like, I literally stopped reading the manga and I analyzed this picture. I'm seeing the top hat. I'm seeing a type of liquor that looks very reminiscent. That looks very reminiscent to someone else we've seen in One Piece. I'm seeing the maimed hair. I'm seeing the suit. I'm like, yo, Rob Lucci of CP9 may be watching this shit go down. And then I remembered that last chapter there was a dude with horns. I thought nothing of it at the time, but then again, the horns were very reminiscent of Bluno. So I'm thinking maybe the former CP9 is in on this shit. Maybe the former CP9 said, fuck it, we're gonna leave, because I do know that there was a like, if you guys remember in One Piece, some of the chapters, some of the opening pages are connected. So I was thinking, and like we saw that CP9, they left Spandime. So what I'm thinking is that maybe they went to the New World and then they became pirates, and Rob Lucci's running the show with the new CP9 pirate crew, and maybe Rob Lucci is watching shit go down. That'd be really fucking cool if CP9 Rob Lucci is watching this shit go down. So that's number 3 right there. And then we're seeing all these people, and then we're seeing all these guys turn to stone, and then we see Brook, Sanji, Zoro, and Kinemon, and they are hauling ass, man. They're all pulling the Brook run. And then all of a sudden, they catch up to the dragon. They actually run to. That was surprising, because they're running and they're catching up to this dragon that's flying. So I was like, whoa, okay. So basically, like the dragon's flying, and then Zoro has an idea that we can actually like grab onto the dragon and fly away, which is actually a smart plan. And then we see Luffy and Frankie and the crew, and then they're watching the shit go down. Robin's like, well, how the fuck are they running like that? Which is pretty funny. And then Luffy's like screaming and shit. He's like, yeah, guys, don't run. And they're like, I can't talk properly because of the Kairoseki. And then, you know, we have fucking, once again, Caesar Clown, you know, saying smack, straight up, and all this dumb shit. And basically saying, like, your friends are really tough, but they're all gonna die once they get caught by the smoke. And then all of a sudden, the cage that they were in, it becomes a crane, and it starts to lift them all up up above the lab. And what happens is that he starts talking more smack about how, well, like, you can't beat me, even though you have a bounty of 400 million. Smoker is Vice Admiral, he can't beat me. Trafalgar Law, he's a Shichibukai, he can't beat me, and all this shit, talking all this smack. Chopper, in stealth modo, watching this shit go down, and all of a sudden, someone throws him a piece of fucking paper, and it says, "Don't do anything." And I'm like, what's going on? Like, is it Usopp on the fucking DL? Like, you know, is it Usopp on the DL? Or is it some other unknown force that's entered the island? I mean, there's been no signs of any other force entering the island other than the people that we see in this arc right now. I mean, maybe there's someone else, but I'm not too sure. Or maybe it's, you know, maybe it's someone, I don't know. Maybe it's one of the kids. Who knows? Who knows? But I highly doubt it. As of right now, I'm assuming it's Usopp and Nami. I'm assuming so. And I have no idea what they have planned, but maybe they have a plan to get Luffy and the guys out of there and haul ass. So, and then like we see Tashigi, Smoker, Robin, Frankie, Law, and Luffy, they're being taken above the lab via crane, so they can be affected by the poisonous gas. We see the marine henchmen, and they're still on the ground, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's fucking over. Smoker's been captured. Tashigi's been captured. We're kind of screwed." And then we have Trafalgar Law, and he's like, "You know what? We can't die here, cause it's not gonna be cool if we die here. So let's begin our counterattack," which should have began like long ago, but okay, fuck it, I'll take it. And there is the end of the chapter. There is the end of the chapter. So I will see you guys later. Cause honestly, like, that's it. It's like, it's very strange, but I'm assuming 4 things. 1, that either Smiley is either dead or is transformed completely. 2, CP9 may be involved in this. 3, that freaking this poisonous cloud is literally consuming the entire island, and the Shino Kuni may actually be utilized in the future if Caesar Clown gets away, which he shouldn't. He really shouldn't. I mean, if this arc is all over, I'll be very disappointed if Caesar Clown got away. Like, seriously. Like, this guy needs to die. And, of course, Chopper's in stealth mode, but he's going to get some backup by someone else. I'm assuming Usopp and Nami. That's what I'm assuming. So, this is the King of Lightning. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Signing off. People, this video is not over yet. No. People, this motherfucking video is not over yet. I just listen, dude. I was talking to my brother a few minutes ago about the chapter, and then he informed me that the possibility of Caesar Clown, I know what happened. Do people listen? I know what happened with the fucking devil fruit. It was an apple. Cause I wondered why is there a random bag of apples in this whole, like, why is there a random bag of apples in this cart? I wondered, why is that? And then my brother informed me that, well, maybe, and hear me out, because this shit is crazy. Caesar Clown is way smarter than I give him credit for. Way smarter. Smiley wasn't transforming. Smiley was dying. I was like, what the? Wait, hold on. Listen to this, alright? This is what my brother said, okay? He said this. What if, instead of Smiley dying by eating the devil fruit, what if that bag of apples was just a bag of apples? Just a random bag of apples. And what if Smiley died by eating the candy? You see that? What if Smiley died by eating the candy? And then once he died, his devil fruit power got transferred over to the nearest fruit, which would have been an apple in one of the bag of apples. What if what Caesar Clown just did was simply transfer over the powers of the devil fruit from this creature Smiley to the bag of fruit we saw and one of the apples? Because I noticed how I'm like, that's not, because I noticed how the way the panels were going along, it seemed as if like the fruit itself was changing into a devil fruit. So it makes sense. That's the system. That right there is the devil fruit system. The powers or the essence of the devil fruit, once a person dies, the essence of the devil fruit transfers over to another fruit. And the closest fruit to Smiley was one of the apples in the bag of apples. So, this would imply that Blackbeard did the same shit. That Blackbeard, when Whitebeard died, Blackbeard had like a fruit or some kind of fruit in his pocket or whatever. The powers of the Gura Gura no Mi transferred over to that fruit, and Blackbeard consumed it, and because his body's atypical, he was able to harness the power of the devil fruit in his body. But the actual essence of the fruit transferred over to another fruit. And this is how, because when you think about it, it's a weapon of mass destruction when it comes to Smiley, but it's like, how could you transfer Smiley's body from island to island to island? How could you do that? Well, if you simply have a devil fruit and you have a creature consume that devil fruit, and then you repeat the process where you give this devil fruit the same dying candy where it produces a poisonous gas, and then you have another fruit near that, you repeat the cycle. That's how it becomes a weapon of mass destruction. And this makes sense because Caesar Clown worked with Dr. Vegapunk, the same person who knows how to take the essence of a devil fruit and trap it within an inanimate object, like a sword, or like a cannon. You know, like that's crazy. We just saw how devil fruits fucking work. We saw the system. We saw the recycling system. The essence of the devil fruit goes back to a fruit. It goes into the nearest fruit available. It is possible. Props to my little brother. Props to my little bro who told me that this in fact is possible. Good shit. Good shit, yo. That's crazy. Yeah, okay. Now the video is over. So I'll see you guys later. The King of Lightning. Rate, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice day.